Hello everyone, welcome back. The 30-year-old actor Austin Butler is all set to take on the role of the legendary rock and roll icon Elvis Presley in Baz Luhrmann's upcoming biopic called Elvis. It takes a lot of effort for an actor to transform himself into a legendary role. Let's see how Austin Butler prepared for his Elvis role. Number 5. Putting his life on pause. Austin Butler revealed that it was just a random night when he was driving through the streets of LA that he felt that he was destined to play the rock and roll king. He said, "I was actually driving up through Griffith Park and Elvis's Blue Christmas came on. I was singing along with it when my friend had a kind of epiphany. You need to play Elvis." During the recent Cannes Film Festival, Butler said that he cut ties with everyone and everybody and isolated himself in order to completely do justice to Elvis Presley's role. He revealed, "I basically put the rest of my life on pause for 2 years," Butler said. "I just absorbed everything that I possibly could." To resurrect Elvis back through his role, he said he broke down his life into periods of time where he could hear the difference in how his voice changed over the years, and how his movement changed over the years, and I spent 2 years studying, trying to find his humanity as best as I could through that. He further explained, "The tricky thing is you see Elvis as this icon, or as the wallpaper of society, and finding a way to strip all of that away and find the very human nature of him that was deeper than all of that. That's what was fascinating to me." Butler admitted that there were a lot of challenges that he had to take, but this role was one of the most memorable experiences, as he called it the joy of my life. Number 4. Getting in shape through intense training.
Thankfully, I had a year and a half before we started shooting, so I tried everything.
Butler had to go through a lot of hectic training in order to get in shape so that he could match the body type of Elvis Presley, which was perfectly toned for swinging hip movements. Professional Olympic trainers were hired to do Butler's training. The trainer revealed, Austin was training 3 times per week at his CMBT training center in Miami when filming was on hold, and now often trains in costume between filming takes on set. He also added, "He really takes his job seriously, and obviously Elvis has a lot to do with his hip movement, so we were doing a lot of hip-dominant exercises. We didn't have any strength goals, but we pretty much focused everything around his hips." Even during such intense training, Austin would leave his character of Elvis, as his trainer revealed that when we train, he has little quirks now. If we're doing a hard set of squats or something, halfway through the set he'll be like, "Oh baby," in Elvis's voice, and he doesn't even know he does it. After a lot of training, when Butler's body underwent major changes, his trainer revealed that we actually had to hold up on training his arms because Baz, the director, was a bit concerned his arms were getting too big at one stage, because his t-shirts were sitting a little tighter on Austin's arms than they were on Elvis's arms. Austin had to be super toned, it seems, but not too toned. Number 3. Getting voice training. The impressive part of Austin's role is that he will be singing the famous songs of the legendary singer himself. So he also had to go through voice training in order to perfectly vocalize the singer's unique voice. Austin said, "When I began the process, I set out to get my voice to be identical." He went on to say, "That instills fear, so that got the fire burning. For a year before we started shooting, I was doing voice coaching." Apart from the voice training, Butler also learned the mannerisms and movements of Elvis by watching his tapes for hours and hours. He said, "I watched as much as I could over and over," he continued. "I feel such a responsibility to Elvis and to Priscilla, and daughter Lisa Marie, and all the people around the world who love him so much." Well, his intense training wasn't done for nothing because he clearly won the hearts of Elvis's loved ones by impressing them. Number 2. Approval from Elvis's family.
So I just feel, and they've just been so
loved
warm.
it. Yeah.
Austin Butler's hard work paid off when he finally got to know that he was able to impress Elvis's former wife, Priscilla. Priscilla Presley especially went to Cannes to praise Butler and to give approval for his performance. Butler was so happy that he couldn't contain his happiness and said, "It just brought tears to my eyes because there's never been a person who I've never met that I love more than Elvis. I've lived with him for 3 years." He went on to say, "The feeling of doing him justice to his legacy, and bringing life to this extraordinary man, and to make Lisa Marie, Priscilla, and Riley, and the entire family proud, I could not be more overjoyed and feel over the moon about that." Number 1. The Biopic. Now we are beyond excited to witness this iconic musical biopic, which will be released on 24 June. The movie will explore the different phases of Elvis's life, his rise to prominence, and his complicated relationships with his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, who will be portrayed by another legendary actor, Tom Hanks. This brings us to the end of the video. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, so you never miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Until the next video, take care and goodbye.